This week on The Digital Coffee, is TikTok really a search engine? Like, really? Really? Maybe so. The new version of ChatGPT is going to have a cool new feature. Video. Yeah, how cool is that? And over on Threads right now, you can hide your like and share counts. But as a business, should you? All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to The Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news. My name is Amanda Webb, and I am, who am I? Oh yes, I am a digital marketing ROI trainer and consultant. That basically means that I help businesses just like yours get more sales, more profit, more cash in the bank from the time and the energy and the money that you are spending on your digital marketing. So that's me. Now it's time to hear about you. I can see we've got May King over on LinkedIn. If you are watching, I am grabbing a coffee cup. It is very cold. Is it cold where you are? I'm sure it is. In fact, it's probably colder where you are than I am, so I'm going to stop complaining. In my hand, I'm holding a coffee cup, which is completely empty because guess what? Digital coffee doesn't form a liquid. Oh, I'm getting messages. Hang on a sec. Oh, I keep banging my microphone. I thought I had this whole thing sorted, and I don't. Right, switch off. Okay. Yes, digital coffee doesn't really exist. And also I'm not allowed coffee before the show because apparently I talk too much. But I would love to know what's in your cup. I bet May King has some sort of fancy tea. May King always has some fancy tea. Good morning to Shelley. Great to see you here. Yes, it is damn cold. It's kind of pretty looking out my window. You can't see, but everything's kind of like covered in a layer of frost that looks kind of pretty. But it's also cold. So what are you drinking? Have you got a tea? Have you got a coffee? Also, I'd love to know something else. Oh yes, where you're watching from. So I can see we've got Shelley and May King over on LinkedIn. You may be commenting on LinkedIn. I'm not seeing it. Just if I'm ignoring you, I will come back and chat to you afterwards. Sometimes it just doesn't show me your LinkedIn posts. Are you watching on Facebook? Are you watching on YouTube? Are you watching on Twitter? Again, I'll have to come and look at your comments later. I did mean X, Twitter/X. Let me know, and let me know where in the world you're watching as well. So there's Sarah, who I know is in Thames Valley. Hello, Sarah. Great to see you. Hope you had a good break. Second coffee of the day in Northampton. I am kind of jealous. Let me show you something. I use a tool called Ecamm Live to stream this. That's what you get for not having coffee. And they sent me, look at the size of this mug. It's literally the size of my head. I'm filling that with coffee afterwards. So I just thought I'd mention that's how much I want coffee. Not making me jealous at all. Right. Okay. We have lots of cool news for you today. So I suppose that's why you're here. So I should probably get on with it, shouldn't I? Oh, before I do, I knew there was something else. At 10:30 a.m. on LinkedIn, and I can see we've got lots of people watching from LinkedIn, so you can just check out my profile or May King's profile, who is watching this show. We do a LinkedIn live audio, and it's actually a live podcast recording where we take one of these stories and we go into it in more detail. So do come and join us at 10:30. And also we talk about the internet winner of the week and the internet loser of the week. Now I'll get on with the news.
I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
From the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast.
And you're watching The Digital Coffee
with Amanda Webb.
Do you use TikTok as a search engine? Like, do people actually use TikTok as a search engine? Or is it just a few millennials, not even millennials, Generation Zs that use it? Well, turns out 40% of consumers do use TikTok to search for things they need, things they are interested in learning about. 40%, but that does rise the younger we get. Generation Z are 49%. Oh, sorry, Generation Z are 64% of the people that are Generation Z are using TikTok search, 49% of millennials. Now, this is a number that cannot be sniffed at. We need to know that search is changing. People aren't necessarily using the traditional search engines like Google anymore to find what they want. So our massive focus on Google SEO You still need to do it. Don't get me wrong. Don't abandon it. But you should also be looking at the content that you're posting on TikTok and other social networks. Because I kind of know it's not just TikTok. There's Instagram as well. Having talked to a lot of small businesses, they're using Instagram to find other businesses. So that means the whole landscape of SEO has changed. The one thing that we can take out of it is if we're using those networks, we need to think about the discoverability of our posts there. So that's making sure that you stay on topic, making sure that you write captions that are relevant to the topic that you're talking about, making sure that you add hashtags. And I'm sure there's a whole lot more, but keeping that simple, keeping it on topic so people are actually finding you when they're looking for what you do. I can see, Jessica, what generation do you fit into? I'm kind of guessing you're a millennial. You use TikTok to search for hotel and restaurant reviews and all kinds of products now. You see, it's a thing. It is a thing. Now, I don't use TikTok much myself because I found it too addictive. And, hour later, I should have been doing some work and I'm still on TikTok. So I don't use it that much myself, but I know so many people do. I also see that TikTok are leaning into this trend. So if you're old like me and still watch TV, you will see ads on the television for TikTok showing us how you can use it for search, how you can use it to improve your life by searching for ways to do up your new flat or ways to stay fit. These ads are showing on TV and in cinemas, and that is to catch my generation, which by the way is Generation X. Yeah, I'm old. Is to catch that generation and turn us into TikTok advocates. So it's an interesting one. Jessica says, no, she's Generation X like me. Well, you're looking very young for it. That's all I can say, Jessica. Good morning to Howard. You're drinking tea. Very good. And saying hello to Jessica there. I'm interested to see how this evolves into the future. We know that Google is aware of this, and it's trying to counter it somewhat by bringing like TikTok search results into Google search. And also later on, we're going to be talking about YouTube Shorts, bringing shorts and actually putting more of a dominance on shorts. So it's going to be interesting to see how Google and the other search engines react to that.
Hello, this is Nicole from Wonderstars and you are watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Now, it took me a while, but eventually WhatsApp got me. Now I use WhatsApp every single day. I used to think, just having admitted I'm Generation X, I used to think that WhatsApp was for old people. But over the years, I've started to adopt it. I've really been forced to adopt it. And now I use it every single day. And I do kind of like it as a messaging app, as a way to stay in touch with people. I have video calls with my friends and WhatsApp chat groups. I think it is a fantastic tool. So much so that when I did my recent launch, I was thinking of adding like a WhatsApp QR code. Only I just wanted a business account rather than it connected to my mobile, long story, so that people could chat with me one-to-one if they had any questions. But the problem with that, and I'm sure you've encountered this if you work internationally with businesses, is WhatsApp's not really a thing in the United States. So if I put up that QR code, they'd be like, not for me then, it's not my thing. But that is changing. Yes, it is, because apparently WhatsApp is on the rise. A recent study has shown that there has been a 5% rise in uploads of WhatsApp in the United States in 2023. But that's not it. That's not it. No, there has been a 9% rise in daily active users. So that tells us that this could be a growing tool. Why is this happening? Well, the predominant messaging app in the United States is iMessage. A lot more people in the United States use Apple devices than people in Europe. But the problem with iMessage is it's not compatible with Android phones, and this has started to decrease its dominance. People are looking for another tool, and WhatsApp has been able to step in and do that. Also, with people from the States traveling to Europe are finding that this is a way that people communicate and they can stay in touch with people. Now, it's not a massive rise, 9%. I mean, over a year, I would be happy if my business grew by 9% in a year. So It's just a trend that we need to keep our eyes on. And if it continues to grow like this, that's good news for businesses like ours in Europe. We are going to be able to communicate internationally using WhatsApp.
Hi, Sasha Lydia from Think Outside the Bot, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Do you remember the time before Canva, you could click one button and remove a background, that you used to have to, if you had a photograph and there was a person in it and you wanted to take the background out of that photo and put that person somewhere else, you had to like go through this painstaking process in Photoshop, or like I used to use a tool called GIMP, which is an open source kind of Photoshoppy tool for web images. You used to have to painstakingly like cut out the image. It would take me about half an hour per image to cut out myself, and I would mess up several times and have to adjust it. And also then I'd have a weird shaped head because I get lazy and not want to cut out properly. It was a pain. And then it was only a few years ago, this tool called remove.bg appeared all of a sudden. Now this is an AI tool. It's an AI tool before we were talking about AI. And basically we were